Functions have one in and one out. We'd already talked about that, and you get that really well. One out. They always point out. I'm getting y alone, and I only want one y. If I'm giving a problem that ends up with two y's, then it's not a function. Like this problem that's in our example, y squared equals 4 minus x squared. This is not solved until I get y. Right now I have a y squared, so I have to take the square root. But when I take a square root, just like with 25 points to 5 times 5 and negative 5 times negative 5, I need to have the positive times positive and the negative times negative. So this becomes y equals a positive and a negative square root of 4 minus x squared. Y became two things, one of them positive, one of them negative, kind of like a good twin and the evil twin. So y became two things. Is it a function? No, not a function, because I don't have one y, I have two.
So anytime that you'd have to square root something, then you wouldn't have a function automatically, because you're always going to get two.
Yes, if y is ever squared, not a function, because I'm going to have a positive version and a negative version. Now there's other examples where you end up with that phenomenon happening. Let me give you another. The absolute value of y equals x. Alright? So let's, 4 minus x. Here, this absolute value is not a function, because negatives and positives. Does that make sense? You're seeing how it works. So I have two things being pointed to. Most things you come across in math end up being functions because functions are so useful. But most things in the world aren't functions. I mean, that's just how it works. Another way of telling a function, as a side note, is through the graph of it.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen this before, the vertical line test. Is this a function right here? No, because it goes through two spots.
So it only has to go through one.
If it only goes through one. So there's two y's. There's a y here and a y value there. So it's not a function.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, let's go on to something else.